It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast. With Kyle.
My kid would have a coaster collection, too. She does have a pine cone collection.
Oh, good. Boy, she's going to be a real cool kid in school. Going to her first year, whenever that is, and telling all her friends how her daddy brings home coasters. And how she goes out in the backyard and collects pine cones.
And Steve.
First thing I do every morning is look at my, pull up the calendar, and I hope for no dots. Because a dot means something.
Mm-hmm.
I see a dot. It says podcast. And I said, ugh.
Is that something that I should take offense to or not?
No offense.
Oh, well, the choice has been removed from my hands at this point, I suppose.
Now, here they are, two guys who are living in style, Steve and Kyle.
Thank you, Melissa. Smells good in here. What are you drinking?
That is chocolate donut coffee.
Chocolate donut coffee.
So I have trouble with coffee in the regard that we buy the K-Cups that we use when we're either too lazy to make a pot the night before.
Yeah. Oh, so you do the night before, put the grounds in there?
Oh, yeah. If I remember to, yeah, we have a coffee subscription that we get beans and grounds from.
Oh, boy.
And if I remember to...
The pandemic has been good for one family.
Listen, I'll say this. Things aren't looking down over at the Kyle house.
Couple new cars.
Yep. You know I got coming Monday?
Refi.
You know I got coming Monday?
We got
D.I. Kyle's taking a back seat. Getting a whole new deck built.
Whoa, you're not going to be Deck Kyle?
Oh, God, no. That is... Of the projects around the house that I want nothing to do with...
Building a new deck is...
That's it.
Paramount.
Like, that might be top of the list.
But we digress.
So it's chocolate donut coffee.
Oh, boy, it smells good.
I have trouble with flavors in coffee, though. And I think...
You mind if I take a sip of it?
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Maybe you're the same way with... Boy, you're really getting in there.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
Maybe you're the same way with tea. Last week we got a bunch of garbage tea.
I don't know if you can... I don't know if you can jump right into the deep end and compare yourself to a seasoned teaman.
Obviously. And I can only beg for forgiveness on the front end. Mm-hmm. But you received some wacky off-the-wall flavors of tea, at least in my regard, last week.
Yeah.
From our friend Matt Craig. What was there? Like orange, hibiscus,
yeah, there's a lot of fruity ones.
Yeah.
And, admittedly, I have not tried any of them yet.
Okay.
But they smell amazing because I put them in the tea cabinet.
Okay.
And open it up, and every time it's like walking into a flower shop.
Okay. Does that translate to the drink for you?
Usually not.
Okay, it's the smell.
Yeah.
And that's okay by me. I've never once tasted... This coffee does not taste like I'm eating a chocolate donut.
No, I know exactly what you mean. I'm the same way. For me, coffee always smells so much better than it tastes.
Right, and I like the taste, but to your point, it doesn't compare to what the specialty smells are.
There are very few exceptions. Like there's one drink that I get at Starbucks from time to time. I'm not a coffee drinker, but maybe once every month or so. Although I did go on a bit of a kick towards the end of Annette's pregnancy.
Starbucks?
She was really craving Starbucks quite a bit. And
now, what could she get from Starbucks? Was she just... Because you could still have... Before anybody lashes out, you can still have...
Oh, yeah. If you're going to lash out, I don't care what you're going to say.
You can still have caffeine, like in limited amounts.
Yeah, like she would get the decaf ones or the half calf or something like that. But
okay.
Their mocha latte it's amazing.
If I remember right, that's what she brought down, and I forget the occasion, but there was she had made a Starbucks run. Delicious. Pretty much a chocolate dessert.
That's one where I need to tell myself, like, this is too hot. You can't drink it that fast.
Right.
Because I would just, like...
You try to guzzle it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, amazing.
I have the utmost respect, and I don't know if I'll ever get there. My dad has been someone who, since I can remember, could pretty much sit in front of the coffee pot, watch the coffee drip, hear the beep to know that the pot is, hey, that's it, we're out of water, pour into his mug, and then pour into his mouth with seconds difference.
So he's built up like the thickest esophagus skin ever.
Apparently, because I just took a sip of this after taking the lid off multiple times.
Right, and you've been here for 20 minutes at this point, a 10-minute drive.
Yeah.
So that's at least a half hour that's been brewed.
Nearly torched the roof of my mouth. Okay, it feels like someone walked in, took a flamethrower to the top.
Yeah. These cups, these Yeti cups,
yeah,
like the Yeti style cups where it's really insulated and then it has the nice big thick cap on the top of it. I remember, I think it was last summer. You may remember my journey down to Illinois somewhere.
Oh, that's right.
To pick up the bed for the Comanche.
That's right.
And I left here super early on a Saturday morning because I wanted to be back early. It was
like 6 hours there or something.
I think it was
crazy.
it was like a 4.5 hour drive or something. So I left here at like 4:30, 5 a.m. I was there by 9 a.m. and I was back here a little after lunchtime. It worked out perfectly. But I remember I made a cup of tea that morning, put it into my Yeti cup, and when I got to the place to pick up the bed for the truck, the coffee was still hot enough where it burned my tongue, which is amazing. How does that happen? How can we design these?
I know.
How can we design a cup so well, yet we still have like the inconveniences of flat tires and things like that?
How do we solve the common cold? After hundreds of years.
We can drive on Mars. Yeah. From
here,
hundreds of millions of miles away with a little remote control, just going. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But we can't fix simple things.
I feel like I'm just a baby, though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it takes it so long for me to let this coffee cool down, and then there's about a 20-minute sweet spot.
Yeah.
Where it's not too hot before it gets too cold, because for my money, nothing worse than cold coffee.
Would you say that, because I proclaim myself a teaman.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a coffeer? That's what the term would be, right?
Yeah, coffee or a coffer.
Oh, a coffer.
I'll put that on the poll. I mean, those are. Okay. You got a third option, or should we just leave it to those two?
I mean, I would say coffee. Then I just obviously out myself as being a complete imbecile.
You'd be such an idiot for even recommending it.
Even thinking it, I feel a bit of a stooge.
I have a couple of items I wanted to get to that we've neglected to get to.
Okay.
But first, Steve, I kind of have... I guess I have a gripe with you. I have a beef.
Oh, no. What
did I do? With you.
What did I...
And I'm offended. And I'm glad to be able to bring it to your attention today.
Is it? Hold on.
No. This is not a gripe of the week. This is a conversation you and I need to have.
Okay, so I don't need a gripe of the week intro? Are you sure?
No, I'm sure. Because a gripe of the week is typically my time to let loose, where you sit in the background and let me go.
Sure, yeah. I just let you do your thing.
I need to let you know.
Oh, boy. What have I done?
That you fractured this friendship.
I mean, kind of, I guess, kind of surprised that you refer to it, as a friendship.
Right.
So
I should clarify. You may have irreparably fractured this working relationship.
Working relationship. Okay. Oh, boy. And this was...
Do you have any... This has been going on for, I would estimate, 8 or 9 months.
8 or 9 months I've been doing, and you're just bringing it up now.
Just bringing it to you today.
Okay, I was going to say, because I'm thinking back over the last week, and I don't remember anything I've done.
And I don't know why about this week. I thought about it multiple times, and I can't believe he's done this. I cannot believe he's done this. I need to bring it up.
How often do I do it?
Well, the quite literal definition would be never. And that's the crux.
There we go.
Of my issue.
Oh, okay. So it's something that I should be doing.
Yes.
That I haven't done.
Yeah. Steve, I need to know why for 8 to 10 months.
Okay.
You have directly ignored my attempts to be known as a beard guy.
Is that what's going on?
For years, I have been clean shaven Kyle. It's what everybody referred to me as.
Yeah.
CSK.
I was trying to do it in my head real quick, and I came up with KCK. It's not even close.
It's just a little too close to KKK.
Right, yeah. A little bit, yeah.
That would have been
other than the fact that it's completely wrong,
right?
Except for the last K. I got the last K right, but the first two letters,
But
no.
the way this podcast goes is that's what it would have been referred to as going forward.
KCK.
KCK.
Yeah.
And then I would have had to then constantly be on the lookout for people accusing me of being a Klansman.
Right. Because I can see the T-shirt already. It's clean, Kleen.
Yeah.
Shaven is obviously Chaven.
Yep.
Clean shaven Kyle.
Since about last September, October, Steve, I have grown a beard to differing lengths. I've had it very, very long.
Yeah.
I've trimmed it down to kind of where it is now.
Mm-hmm.
I've twice, I believe, in the last 10 months, shaved it all the way off and started over. And not once has one of the most consistent working relationships in my life brought this up and said, hey, what are you doing with the beard over there? Or...
So what you're saying is it's never been consistently the same length, and in some cases it's been gone altogether.
No.
But I should have acknowledged...
It was gone...
So when you had no beard, I should acknowledge your beard?
It should have shocked you when I had no beard, because at that point it was 3 months.
Oh, I got you. 3
that
months.
I had had
3 months of growth.
And this was the week around Christmas, which we all know was the year in review. Yes. And so you probably didn't even notice because we weren't here.
Boy.
I felt that this was important to bring to your attention that I have been offended. That it's been so long. And listen.
And I can't throw in no offense because you've already announced your offense.
And you're a beard guy. Right? You've been a beard guy for how long?
I'm a beardsman. I've been a beardsman for, 12, 13 years.
When was the last time you were fully clean shaven? Do you remember?
I know that it was when we were living in Annette's old house, so that's at least 5 years. Because
and was it on purpose? Was it a request?
No. It was on purpose. I got home from work that day, and for whatever reason, I was like, I'm just gonna shave.
Okay,
and I shaved. And then Annette got home from work, and I think I've told this on the podcast before. I remember standing in the kitchen at our old house and looking over, and she walked in the door, and she looked at me, and she said, "You shaved."
Oh.
And then that's where the conversation stopped. So, safe to say, she didn't like it. And before that, the last time I had been clean shaven was the day of me and Annette's first date.
Okay. I have shaved fully. It may have only been once, and I remember it was around Christmas, and the only reason it happened was because I was trying to do a trim. The mustache will grow over the lip, and I don't like that. So I'm trying to trim there, but then also I'd get some wild ones that you can almost see under your eyes.
The nose hair trimmer works perfectly on those upper mustache hairs.
And that's what I didn't know at the time because, again, nobody talked to me about this.
You're not a beardsman.
Trying. And so I had a regular razor out, and I was kind of, pulling your lip down over your teeth.
Oh, no.
And then trying to get right there.
Big, dumb idiot.
So what happened?
Big, stupid, virgin stooge.
Dangerously close to a Hitler look.
Yeah, that look is a bit out of favor these days.
And I had already...
Although, who knows?
Is it?
Who knows?
Is it?
Everything else is topsy-turvy right now. We just overturned Roe v. Wade.
That's right. Hitler stash coming back? Question mark? It'll be on the poll. And this was after I had showered, so normally I'll shave in the shower. This was after the shower.
Wow, I'm always impressed by people who shave in the shower.
Really? So I had this thing was full length, right? And again, you wouldn't know because you didn't look, didn't care, didn't mention it.
No.
So I was sitting there in the sink with just a razor going, at 9:30 at night, because it's so thick that you can get maybe a quarter inch before you have to rinse the razor off.
You gotta cut it off with the electric ones.
It was too late. I didn't want to make the noise, so it took 45 minutes because I had to go clean at that point. You can't salvage the Hitler stash. No. There's nothing to save there.
No, it's a bad look.
And so I went clean shaven, and since then, it's been varying lengths because on this journey, I don't know how to trim, what to use to trim.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But again, the main takeaway.
All I can say is that I'm deeply, deeply sorry.
Thank you.
For my stubbornness, my aloofness, my failure to recognize what you refer to as a beard.
I don't want to go too far, but I'm willing to say that I think I'm a better friend to you.
I mean, I'm glad that you didn't go too far.
And I'll put that on the poll, too. I'm curious to see how this pans out. Listen, you're talking to a guy who, I come by, I notice your driveway has an extra car in it, or it's missing a car.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're curious about that.
Yeah.
You're real curious.
I see things. I talk about things like a friendly work relationship, or, well, not work because we don't make money. Like a friendly podcast.
A couple of bucks came in last week. Remember that? And I actually remembered to deposit it into the account.
That's right.
For the first time ever.
Was so shocked I had to send you a screenshot.
You sent me. I think we're getting hacked, man.
Because I never check our PayPal.
Yeah.
Just
How
no
much
use.
is in there, by the way?
I have no idea. I only got the email for it.
Find out.
So when I see this notification,
we could have hundreds.
Well, let's not be silly.
PayPal. Okay. Boy, computer's working real slow today.
Maybe it's the house.
I might let you take the ball and run with this one.
Is it that you don't think I can fit with the Beardsman group? Is it?
Oh, I think you can. I think you luck out. You're already lucky in the fact that you have darker hair.
Right. Well, what's left of it?
What's left of it? You are fortunate because I am not fortunate. My hair is quite a bit lighter, so it doesn't. It took a long time for it to
be able to show.
Yeah, and like look like it fills in well. And now I'm going the opposite way, and it's turning gray. So I will be Santa Claus very soon. The only downside to having the dark hair is if you have a patch that's not growing in as well, it's so much more obvious.
And you notice it because I get that on the upper cheek or in the middle of the cheek. I get a few.
I got an idea.
What do you got?
You go Abe Lincoln.
Oh no!
So you trim out like those spots on the cheeks that are a little light. Just cut them back a bit. Mustache. Get rid of the mustache altogether. You're just going chin strap.
Oh, I had a chin strap since you're like 16.
How about? Now, this was very popular in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Look at this old Lincoln with all his hair.
He's got a fine head of hair, doesn't he?
Yeah. You know what? See where that got you?
You think that was the real reason?
I think JWB was a little upset about all the hair. And then the fact that he had the gall to cover it with that silly top hat.
Yeah, maybe put it on the poll. Was JWB
upset about Abe's hair?
Upset about all the hair. I think maybe you go line beard.
What is a line beard?
What is a line beard, you stupid moron?
Listen, I'm asking for a favor from the Beardsman group.
I got a picture. I'm going to put it up on the Tron. What do you think? Why is that not opening? Oh, here we go.
Because I am firm in my belief, Steve. Oh, no.
So you got to go straight down, 90-degree angle. And then looks like it's about 185-degree. No, I'm sorry. About a 95-degree angle down to the chin. The line stash, obviously, that's completely up to you.
That is.
Can we do that?
That is one of the most offensively bad looks that I can imagine.
Honestly, I think it looks fine on this man.
Yeah, I think there are certain looks that it's okay.
It looks perfectly fine on him.
I'm confident that would do nothing to make me look like a normal human.
Maybe, can you, on Twitter, can you post this picture with a poll? Or will it not?
Oh, God. I mean, you'd have to get that picture to me, and then by the time I'm posted, I would probably forget. Yeah. So, for now.
Just be so tough to do that.
If
you check your phone, you should have that picture.
Then I'd have to, it's distracting, and then I'd have to post from my phone. I got Twitter open on the computer. It's just a lot of stuff to do, You get it. Steve, an update on the PayPal for us.
Okay. All right. I know that I put $16 in there last week.
Mm-hmm. We did just receive a Redbubble payment. That was probably 8 months worth of payments.
Hey, good.
Our total in the coffers that will either be used for this studio improvements or some of it will be used for the Cure for the Cure.
Or next studio, APS 5.0, coming 2020 never.
I wouldn't be so sure. I could see some of this room gets turned into like an art room.
Yeah.
And then we have to move into the other room next door.
Just keep moving further down the line.
You just keep rooming off your basement.
Right. This basement already has an obscene amount of rooms in it.
The thing people love whenever they look to buy a home too is the more divided rooms.
Yeah.
That's
very
a
modern.
big thing now.
Very modern. I know that all the HGTV shows will tell you open concept is in. Closed concept.
Liars. Steve, we are over $100.
What? I'm genuinely, that is one of the most shocking things you've ever said.
Well, great. To be fair, we have not used this PayPal account 3 years.
Okay. So maybe not as impressive.
We are under $101.
I thought for sure you were going to say like 200. So I was going to say 180, 190.
We really narrowed it down for you.
Okay, so $100.42.
Some change, 65 cents. That's right. That's right. And that is with some of the money in there, some of the money we got cash for the the charity.
All right, so we're finally, what I was talking about, the equipment right before we started recording.
Yeah.
We're going to order that today.
Oh, okay, sure. Let's do it.
May as well.
Yeah.
Why wait?
Yeah.
Why wait? Why give big PayPal that money?
For an extra day after the 3 years they've already had it. But we digress.
Yeah.
What do I need to do?
Okay.
Is there a time frame? Is there something I need to do effort-wise? Now, now listen. Katie bought me beard oil.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I was going to say beard oil, beard shampoo, and beard conditioner. Changed my life when I was a new beardsman, when I was a rookie beardsman.
I've got questions. Are you a guy that I could use as a beard father figure? A BFF, if you will?
You're going to call me the beard father?
Yes. So when I have a question, I will begin a message. Oh, beard father.
Dear beard father.
Because I don't really know how to trim this because I don't like it getting very long and bushy. Yeah. Not so much itchy. I don't love the way it looks. I feel like when I keep it trimmed above the Adam's apple, which I do, I start to get a real Amish flavor.
Okay, well, I mean, these are typical stupid, moronic rookie beardsman questions. Mm-hmm. I would expect nothing less. Mm-hmm.
Listen,
no offense.
Of course. I'm trying to be in the club.
Yeah.
So this is all part of the regular period.
Yeah, I think that, look, weekly, if not bi-weekly maintenance is required.
Okay, meaning?
The upper cheek has to be trimmed. You need a short razor so you can...
I trim twice a week.
Yep,
or I shave
up.
Twice a week. I go under the chin.
Let's see. Let me look at... Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. I go a little bit higher.
Really?
Yeah. I go... I'll start with the jawline at the back.
Yeah.
And then it'll taper under
a bit
in the front.
Now, I'd be worried about that coming to a point. Like a real widow's peak on your neck.
Yeah, that's it's a bad look if you do that. But what I do is I start with the electric, trim that, and then I go back with the razor. But honestly, the amount of times that I put straight razor to neck, maybe 5 times a year. I just don't do, yeah, the electric one gets it close enough.
Let me, and this may be a little new school coming in to take all the old school stuff.
All right, so this is the Gen Z approach.
Yeah, I think you're an idiot for that.
For going
electric.
Okay.
At all. I have one. I don't even know if it turns on.
Well, that's how you get that's how you trim it.
Huh.
How have you been trimming it?
By trimming, you mean you use the electric razor with the it's got the 3 discs.
Yeah, the little oh no. I'm talking electric like
a clipper
like
on
hair clippers, but just a smaller like beard and mustache trimmer.
So are you guessing? Are you going straight to skin on that trimmer, or are you just kind of shaving the top?
For the outline, yeah, I'm going no attachment, getting it trimmed down to nothing. Doing the neck. Above, like the high cheeks.
Yeah. You don't want to. You don't want under eye beard.
No,
terrible look.
And then the back side of the neck.
Okay.
And then I will pop on. Usually, I think for mine, it's a number 3 attachment.
So that's a 3-ish.
Yeah, but this trimmer, I've had many trimmers over the years, and this one is not comparable to any other trimmers I've had lengthwise.
So it's 3. This 3 might be an average 2.
Yeah, actually no. I'm sorry. It's a 6. Because it's a double-sided guard. One way is 3, one way is 6.
I don't even know if a 6 would touch the top of your hair. A regular 6.
No, yeah, but this one, for this specific one, I use a 6. And that gets it to, I feel like that 6 on that trimmer is probably a 2 to 3 on the average trimmer.
Well, I'm glad I'm here at the knee of the Beard Father. Because recently I tried to use I have hair clippers because I buzz my head typically down to nothing. It's the same thing, isn't it?
It's the same thing to an idiot.
Well, yeah, because I put that on the beard, and it felt like a raccoon chewing my face. Yeah, it hurt like hell.
It's too high power. Too high power.
So I need a specific beard trimmer.
Okay. I'll take care of you. Don't worry.
Is that what you're telling me? I need a specific beard trimmer? Okay.
You do.
I'm going to the store today.
You do.
I'm going to try to do it. I want to get the beard club.
You got to get the nose hair trimmer too.
Sometimes I've got the one with the little. I have it's very small, and it's got one end. It has like a mini, like a regular clipper. No,
and then on the other, you got to go the cylinder one that you just.
Yeah, that's for the nose. I have like 2 attachments. So one is the little spinning disc that goes in there and really roots out your nose,
like immediately makes your eyes water.
By the way, this is just you and I here, right? Just a couple of guys
looking around, making sure. Yeah, nobody under the table.
Boy, the one thing I didn't understand about aging is like the ear hair.
Oh my god! Right on that,
there. It's right there.
That little nub.
Never been more terrified when I'm trying to trim that.
Oh,
because I'm thinking this is it. I'm going to cut it, and then for some reason, I know that's not how it works. I'm not going to be able to hear anymore.
That's how. That was one of those signs of aging that I realized when I would go to get my hair cut, and they would say, "You want me to trim out the ears and the eyebrows?"
Because in my mind, when they say, "Well, I'm going to trim up the ears," I'm assuming the hair on top of the ears that might be like touching the top of the ear. Like, yeah, hit it. And then if they start digging in my ear, that would be shocking and embarrassing.
Yeah. So you're getting older, eh? But look, if you have any more questions for the Beard Father,
I'm glad you're here for me. You've been very welcoming, and that's what I needed here. As I've been on this journey for a while, I'm glad you accepted how upset I was.
Look, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail 100 times. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Maybe we can post a picture. I don't know. Maybe today. I've shaved it relatively. I trimmed underneath a couple of days ago. And say, is this worthy of being in the Beard Club? And we could post that on the poll.
I wouldn't post that. As the Beard Father, I cannot grant permission for that.
The Beard Father also runs Beard Twitter.
So, Do you ever have the urge to just go full on crazy?
I don't want to let it get very long to where it's, down to your chest type of thing. That doesn't interest me. I've always wanted a nice contained one. But even now, it's been very hot. I'd be lying if I did tell you I thought about getting rid of it again. Because a little bit, not bad itchy, but it's still there. You can feel it, especially when it's hot. And makes me want to lose it all. I don't know if that is an admission that can get me removed from Beard Club admission. Or
it's not helping. Not helping at all.
Or if I'm still in contention. Maybe if there's any other beard stepfathers out there in our social media following, if they'd be willing to chime in and they could then judge my beard efforts, I'll DM them. Because like you said, I don't want to embarrass Beard Twitter and Beard social media. I will just DM them the beard.
Sure.
And they can then judge.
Yeah, they can critique
what I need to do, changes they would make.
Yeah.
Because I'm limited. I think, here's what I'll say though, and this is the only moment of self-confidence you'll get out of me regarding anything relating to this appearance. When I shave the head down to the half, which is pretty much your scalp with just a little hairline, and I've got the beard trimmed down to where it's not too scraggly, but freshly shaved above the Adam's apple and down the cheek, I think that's the best look for me.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we can do something where you go clean shaven,
okay,
and then let it grow back, and like every week before you come over here, make sure it's all nice and trimmed up.
Okay,
good.
So it's like Friday night or Saturday, whatever night it is. That's the shave trim night, and we can chart the growth.
And what we'll do is we'll post a picture each week. We'll try and have the same exact lighting, same background, and everything.
Yeah.
So the only difference is going to be your beard.
My beard.
And then post it each week, and then maybe after like 6 weeks, we say, which is the best one?
Yeah. Is there an option here that you would choose, or are you repulsed by all of them?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't imagine that any comments will make you feel bad about yourself.
No. Listen, we can get this started next week. I think next week I'll show up here clean shaven.
Okay.
And we'll begin this process.
I mean, I may not look you directly in the eye.
Well,
because...
Well, I mean...
The beard father doesn't acknowledge the unbearded.
It's happened before, and you literally never notice it. So now it makes sense.
So basically, nothing will change.
Yeah.
All right, before we move on, we want to welcome our newest partner to the Steve and Kyle podcast with a product that you're going to want to use pretty much every day, Athletic Greens and their product AG1. So if you want better gut health, more energy, and optimized immune system, maybe you hate taking pills or vitamins on a regular basis and you want a supplement that actually tastes great for once, you can see what the hype is all about with Athletic Greens AG1. It doesn't taste like it's super healthy, which is nice. It kind of has a mild tropical taste that you'll actually look forward to drinking on a regular basis.
With just one scoop of AG1, you're going to be absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. It's a special blend of ingredients meant to support your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, energy, recovery, focus, and aging. Literally all the things. It contains less than 1 gram of sugar, Steve. That's it. No GMOs. There's no chemicals, no artificial anything, and it still tastes good. It's going to cost you less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health for that price, and it's cheaper than that nasty cold brew coffee habit that you seem to have every single day. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health.
Yeah, and to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is go to athleticgreens.com/emerging. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/emerging to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
I wanted to ask Steve, because we've had a few items of note that kind of got lost around the birth of your idiot box upstairs.
Oh, big dummy.
No offense.
No. I didn't hear him say he was offended.
And we were all, well, yeah, what's he going to do?
Poop my pants.
Oh, thanks, Nicky B. You got any nicknames for, by the way, before I get into what I wanted to talk about? Those kind of develop based on the name you give them and then how they act and what you start referring to them in baby voice. What have you been calling him around home?
Knick-knack.
Knick-knack,
Nicky B.
Paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Yep. Nicky B. Just his actual given name, Nicholas, obviously. But it's been a weird thing because we always called Toby, our dog, Buster or Buddy. Like, that's just one of those, come here, buddy. Come here, Buster. And now that has transferred over to Nicky B. So he is now Buster.
Poor guy got a dog nickname. Let me throw one your way. Okay. And this is a real deep cut, but I like it.
So this is your suggestion.
This is my suggestion for your son's nickname.
Okay.
Because and I hope this lands with you because you used to have a working relationship with this organization. So the name is Nicholas. I would then go Nikolai, and in my mind, I'm going Nikolai Hobby
Boolin, yeah.
The Boolin Wall.
Yeah, the goalie from...
the Sabres?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Nikolai Hobby Boolin.
Okay, it's a little lengthy.
No. You called him the Boolin Wall.
Oh, the Boolin Wall.
That was his nickname when he was a hockey player because he was, one, a good goalie, and two, the Berlin Wall. It was so long ago, the Berlin Wall had just come down.
So we're going to eliminate the part of the nickname that actually relates to his name.
We're losing Nicholas. We're transferring that to Nikolai. We're cutting out Nikolai. We're just isolating Hobby Boolin. We're getting rid of Hobby, going Boolin, relating it to the Berlin Wall that came down in 1989. Boolin Wall, Baby Boolin Wall.
Baby Boolin Wall.
Huh?
I like it.
Huh?
The Boolin Wall.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Might take a little bit of explaining.
That's part of the fun. Because otherwise, everybody comes over, talks to you about the baby, and yada yada. How's he doing? Well, he's a baby. He poops and eats and goes to sleep.
He changes colors from day to day.
Yeah, you inevitably run out of conversation in 8 seconds. You slip in when you know they're listening, but you're not saying it to them. You say, "Oh, little Boolin Wall," and that spurs. What is that? And they say, "Oh, I'm glad you asked." In the 1990s, there was an NHL goalie named Nikolai Hobby Boolin, and he was a part of the Buffalo Sabres. Again, I think someone's going to be very mad if that's wrong. Right. I could Google it, but I don't want to. He was playing hockey shortly after the time that the Berlin Wall came down. So fans nicknamed him the Boolin Wall because he stopped all of the pucks.
Yeah, impenetrable force.
And then at least you've killed another 30 seconds, and more importantly, you've probably killed any possible relationship with this person asking you about him.
Man, I love it. I mean, Baby Boolin Wall. I can't wait to speak to him later today. Call him that.
I'll post that on the poll. Is that a good nickname? I think I nailed this one. I think this one's going to win.
Going to win what?
The poll. This is a competition, right? I wanted to ask, and we need to talk about, because you and I have had separate DIY projects over the last 3 to 4 weeks. Not DIY necessarily, but home construction projects. I came over here last week and was shocked.
Oh, yeah.
Shocked.
Yeah.
That out of the blue, it seemed, in the backyard, at that point, was a 30% built...
Maybe...
play set.
Yeah. We took the plunge. We had been talking about that for months.
I think the Boolin Wall's going to love it. Going to slide his dumb baby body right down the slide.
I had to think for a minute. Boolin Wall.
Oh, okay. Eventually it's going to become such.
Boolin, Nikolai. Oh, Nicholas.
I think every time I now refer to your baby Nicholas as the Boolin Wall, I think we should pause to let you catch up.
Yeah. It's going to take a while for me to.
And so you do the math. You do the running in your head.
The backward. Yeah. I'm like.
I figure 4 to 7 seconds. We can just sit here and I'll let you go. Yeah. And then you just give me either a thumbs up or a verbal cue and say, got it. Oh. And then we can continue.
Oh, Nicholas. Got it. Yeah. We had been discussing the idea of getting the little swing set in the backyard for quite a while. Had ridiculous sticker shock when we saw how much those things can be. Like, you can easily spend $2,000 to $3,000 on one of them.
That's unbelievable to me.
It's insane.
Does that have anything to do with what's been going on with lumber the last year and a half?
Because I've never looked at them. Like, I would have never looked at them before this point. So who knows? Maybe a year ago they were $400 or whatever.
Let me tell you what shocks me the most about this is that you didn't build it yourself.
Oh, no. There was zero chance of that happening.
Really? I thought for sure you'd be out there. Listen, you're a guy who sketched the electrical blueprint of your entire home.
I did, yeah.
And you're acting like this build your own swing set is the simplest and most dismissive you've ever been about it, that it didn't even cross your mind.
Didn't even consider it.
5 years ago, Steve, would you have considered it?
5 years ago, Steve definitely would have considered it. But I wanted nothing to do with it. I wanted speed was paramount.
Yeah.
I needed it to be done quickly. So Annette found
because
one.
Evelyn's about to be like 8 or 10 years old.
Yeah. Annette found one on Amazon, and I was like, oh, Prime? Heck yeah, that's a good deal right there. Then I looked at how much it costs, and we looked at the amount of credit card points that we had accrued over the last, 5 years or so. Mm-hmm. I think the last time we used them was to buy a TV, and then we just haven't touched them since then. Okay. So the credit card points 100% paid for it. And it was delivered in a couple of days, and then it took probably 8 or 9 hours to set it up last week.
So a full day's work. Well,
I split it up.
Full day's work for normal people, over there at the salt mine, the ditch digging.
Yeah.
Hours vary.
Yeah. Yep. When was the last time you went into an office?
Ooh. Just made me shudder.
Tell me again about all the movies you watch while you're working.
Speaking of that, stay tuned. Coming up in not too long, in just a few minutes, Steve's 1 minute Marvel movie review of 2019's Captain Marvel.
I think I'm going to nail it. I'm going to, timing wise,
this is the one.
I've read it over multiple times. So as long as you don't interrupt me,
of course,
I think I'll be perfect.
I take pride in being able to take a back seat during these.
Right, yeah.
Let you shine with your Marvel knowledge. Now, I'm the Marvelsman. Mm-hmm. This is like my attempt to become a part of the Beard group to the Beard Father. I'm the Marvelsman. This is your long-running effort to become a part of the Marvelsman.
To endear myself.
Yeah.
Endear myself.
So you can stop being an outcast among society. Mm-hmm. But we digress.
Yeah.
So you set this thing up with no issues. It had all the pieces. You didn't, look down at the end and there's one of those 4-inch bolts that you're like, oh boy, how did I?
There were some leftover bolts.
Okay.
But I'm confident that they included leftover bolts.
Okay.
Like they included extras.
So you don't think that right now, Evelyn out there, possibly about to sit on a swing.
Nah, should be fine.
And a third of it's going to just collapse.
Never. Couldn't possibly happen. There was one. I don't know if I just lost. There were 4 bolts that I just could not find, and I don't know if I lost them, if they were labeled incorrectly or what. But luckily, because of Bolt Weekend a couple of years ago,
that's right. You knew wherever. Yes,
I was able to go into my my cache of bolts.
Boy, COVID was good to you, wasn't it?
Found the right size bolt, and don't worry, everything worked out perfectly fine. We went a little rogue too, because we had bought the whole thing, set it all up, and Annette was like, man, if this thing just had like the steering wheel, like the ship steering wheel on it, because Evelyn loves playing with that at the park, that would just make it perfect. So we found one on Amazon, ordered that.
Like a fake steering wheel?
And I retrofitted it, so it's got a steering wheel now too. It's customized.
I feel like the most shocking thing of that is that you didn't have a spare real steering wheel.
I mean, I could have
somewhere around the house.
Out of the Comanche. It's like that thing's not going anywhere.
Has she used the steering wheel, or has it now become it's only good at the playground and she doesn't care about it?
No, she's used it. Used it many times.
You're telling me this thing went up. I'm not like I'm impressed. Listen, they send you these pieces with, as you described, I think 60
62 pages of instructions.
62 pages of instructions.
But really, the actual instructions for step 1, I think, was on like page 20. The first 20 pages are just, here's all the like inventory, everything. Make sure you got everything you need before you start putting it together, which I actually did. It took me 2 hours to unpack everything, lay it all out, organize it, so I wouldn't be going crazy.
I feel like 5 years ago, Steve wouldn't have done that either.
I think 5 years ago, Steve would not have been in this situation.
Right.
Because
5 years ago, Steve would have been jumping on
I'm not paying for that. I'm going to borrow my buddy's trailer and make 14 trips to the store to buy everything I need.
I'm going to search on Marketplace for people getting rid of their rotted lumber. And I'm going to see what I can salvage. And then I'm going to go ride on my jet ski.
It is funny, though, because at first I was like, I'm just going to search on Marketplace and see if, because I feel like everybody is going to give them away.
Please come take this out of my yard and bring it,
And there were plenty, but I just didn't want to deal with the hassle of like having to go over and figure out what tools I'm going to need to take it apart and then find somebody with a trailer whose trailer I can borrow and then get 3 friends to come along with me and help carry the thing into the yard from the driveway.
No doubt from 55 minutes away.
Exactly. So I look forward to, I don't know, 7-8 years from now when I give this away for free.
Yeah, when it's
fallen apart.
Yep. Evelyn has probably 2 years to enjoy this, I'm guessing, before.
No, I bet she'll be 3 in a couple of months. I bet she's going to enjoy it until she's at least, I'll give her 7.
Oh, God, that's no way.
Because baby Nicky B
will be, what, 5?
Yeah, I mean, he'll be like 4.5, 5. So I think that she's going to enjoy still using it because of him.
At 7, she's going to have seen, by that point for a couple of years, a real playground at school. And I think she comes home and pretty much entirely disregards the home size play set that you have bought and arduously put together over a day's work.
You know what I'm already not looking forward to? The first time I have to cut the grass.
Yeah. Well, I think the key for that, I think you get the trimmer.
Yeah.
And you trim the entire thing. But that's awful every week to do that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought this up. Hear me out. Have you thought about making that into just a gigantic sand pit?
I thought about doing mulch.
Okay.
Kind of putting up a little border.
Yeah.
Filling it in with mulch. And then quickly decided I don't want any parts of that.
Listen, the one outside of you not having a steering wheel here, the most shocking thing for me was seeing this fully built this week. And new Steve. Man, this thing is probably got, what, 8-degree tilt?
It's got a bit of
just based on the slope of your yard. It's not like you built it incorrectly.
No.
It's the slope of the yard, which every yard has. The idea that you see these pictures and images and videos of swing sets that, are perfect and straight. Yeah, every yard has bumps, hills, divots, and you don't even care.
Couldn't care less.
You don't even care.
Do not care one bit.
Am I seeing a Steve renaissance to where you're less... I don't know the term, but like you're more carefree about the intricacies of a lot of these things?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, as long as I know that I built it correctly.
Yeah.
I can control that. I can't really control the slope of my yard. I mean,
sure.
I guess I could.
Well, you would have to get not shims, but you'd have to put
filled dirt or whatever,
or maybe put 2 of them on two of the legs on bricks.
Not happening.
Wow. Okay.
I'm a new man.
Look at this. Second kid is where it kicks in, and Steve apparently just, you know what? Whatever, man. You're pretty much a pothead now.
I am.
That's how I'm reading it.
I'm kind of back in the Jet Steve times.
Yeah. Oh. Just hair blowing through the wind. You on your 40-minute drive to the nearest ocean.
That's the thing. The ocean was the most convenient. It was
the jet ski and the storage unit.
The jet ski and the storage unit that I could afford that was like 40 minutes inland.
That's right. It's still the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm happy for you. I think this is a big moment because I guess I anticipated if I had seen you see that, you would have been kind of 10 feet back, finger under the chin, working through scenarios in your head.
How can I fix this?
And somehow it would have ended up with a concrete company and some tree removal company coming out by Monday and an extra $3,000 to get this thing level.
No. I took one step back, and Annette and I were looking at it. I was like, you good with that? She's like, I'm good with that. You good with that? I'm good with that.
It's just angled so far that if Evelyn's on the far left swing, you have to tell her to keep her right leg like tucked in so it doesn't scrape the frame.
It doesn't get clipped off. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess because it's not mine, I'm not using it. And she's obviously not picky about it.
Yeah.
So
she'll care when she's about 5.
Yeah,
Dad, you know this is uneven, right, Dad?
She's a little heavier, and her weight's pulling her that way.
Really angling, yeah. She's going to get the level out, slap it on top. Go, Dad. I mean, come on. It's not even near the bubble.
What are you doing, idiot? Yeah, I'm a new man. I feel good about this.
That is tremendous. I mean, you've done all this stuff. Anything coming for you soon? You getting back in the
no,
getting back in the scoots or
no?
Okay.
It's funny. Earlier today, because my mom's in town.
Yes,
for a little time.
Always love seeing your mother in town.
Earlier today, we're sitting there eating breakfast. She's like, "So, what's next on your DIY list, on your project list?"
Don't tell me you lied to her. You did not lie to your mother's face.
Well, I told her the truth. I told her what is the current truth, and that is that we don't have anything planned.
Current truth in this house,
sure, historically,
can and will change.
Historically speaking,
yes,
that doesn't last for long. But since we moved in, there has always been like we'll finish this room and then we'll
move on to this.
And we don't have that next thing yet. Okay. I mean, eventually we want to redo our bathroom, our master bathroom. Okay,
I thought the next big thing was going to be that sunroom or 3-season room, however you would refer to it, that you initially, for a moment, you were talking about knocking walls down.
Well, that's coming down. That's a long term.
That whole room's coming down?
Yeah.
Like you're expanding the house, or are you just getting rid of the room?
No, the house is getting bigger.
Oh my God!
There's going to be a bigger garage, bigger kitchen.
You're going to have like a grand kitchen. It's going to be one of those 18-foot dinner tables that you can't see the other end of.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that'll be done this year.
No. Wait, this calendar year or
that's very expensive. So without minimizing everything else, that's a gigantic.
It's a couple bucks
expense just between inspections and let alone the actual rebuilding of what you want.
The nice thing is though that will not be something that I'm not taking down walls. I'm not building new roof lines and stuff like that.
Is that a cut a check, Steve?
Oh, that's a cut a check, Steve.
Wow. Yeah. CACS, CACs. I don't know why I feel like that today. Everything I've heard, I feel like I'm shortening it.
Oh, yeah. Out of the corner of my eye, I see that door is part open, and all I see is DCDS.
Yeah. Difficult door closing season.
Difficult door closing season.
Well, that is... Listen, I'm happy for you. And I am happy that you have seemingly turned a new leaf, that it's not bothering you.
Yeah.
I wish I could be there. Stuff like that would really... I feel like that would aggravate me to the point where I'd walk inside, I'd throw my hands in the air, and I don't know what the F to do. And then I'd call you over, and then we'd end up getting, 14 bags of dirt.
Yeah.
And, holding a level to the sky, hoping we could get it somewhat level.
Yeah. Yeah, that is... That's the old Steve. That's the Steve of old.
Can't wait to get back to old Steve here. Probably sooner than you even anticipate. When you look at one thing, you're like, is this door jiggly?
Yeah,
you ever think we should replace all the doors in this house at the same time?
We don't need doors.
And then I come over multiple weeks with tarps over the openings.
Yes. Yeah, we're sitting in our living room with a fire burning in the middle of February.
But Steve, it's time. It has been. We are getting really close.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 20th movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
21st, I think.
21st.
Yeah.
Is it 20? Yeah, it is 21st. I'm sorry. 21st movie, Captain Marvel from 2019. I had to send you a reminder.
You did?
Was that what it took for you to watch it, or did you watch it this morning, or did you watch it last night?
I will say that if you had not sent that reminder, I in no way would have remembered that I needed to watch a movie this week.
Would it be better if I set a reminder every Wednesday? Hey, check in on Steve's movie watching, and then I follow up with you because this should now become a job for me.
Yeah, I mean, look, this podcast is a team effort.
Sure. Well, like we talked about, I'm the Marvelsman. Sure. I'm trying to get you into the club, so I guess, if I'm the guiding light in this journey.
Oh, I got an idea. How about you reach out every Wednesday about the Marvel movie? I will reply with questions pertaining to your beard.
Okay.
That way we're both keeping each other in check.
It's like a perfect working, a symbiotic relationship for both of our journeys through the Beardverse and the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Very expansive. I love it. Cooperative.
Look, there are some, symbiotic relationships. There are some fish that poop a lot.
Right.
And there are some fish that are there to eat the poop.
Right. Got to have someone behind you to clean it up.
I will take the role of the pooping fish.
You know what? Happy to be the poop eater. Just
for the betterment of the podcast.
Swimming along in a lake full of You aren't shrimp bottom feeders like that?
I think so.
And people eat that actively, right?
I ate it last night for dinner. We made shrimp.
Popcorn, right? The best kind?
Yeah, right from KFC.
Huck it into the air. Crunch it down. Don't have to worry about those nasty tails. Well, without further ado, Steve, we need to get to your 1-minute Marvel movie review. And as always, these can be found on our social media every week. There's also a YouTube playlist on our YouTube channel. You can find the link to that in the show notes to this podcast every week. Your review, 2019's Brie Larson starring Captain Marvel.
All right, 2019's Captain Marvel. Again, if you had not sent me the text, this movie would have gone right over my head. Which it did.
Oh,
anyway.
No.
Yeah. Turns out that having a second child...
Here we go. This is it.
Turns out having a second child drastically disrupts your sleep. So even though I had 24 hours,
well, realistically, you had
168 hours.
You had a week.
Yeah. Actually, I think if you think about it, I had like 3 weeks to watch this one. And I knew pretty early on yesterday that it just was not going to happen. Felt a little bad about that, but when I finally had a little bit of time last night, it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Perfect time to turn it on.
And I'm sitting there dozing off, just going through the menus on the TV, and I was like, boy, I don't really think that I'm going to be able to squeeze this movie in before I pass out.
Sorry, I'm just busy updating the dates again.
I consider this a real blow in my quest to become a seasoned Marvelsman.
Yeah, me too. And the committee will take this under review.
Okay.
We are now pushed back until...
Are we into September yet?
We're on the August 30th episode. You will be reviewing Thor: Love and Thunder, which comes out in theaters on July 13th.
Oh, I think I'll be okay.
July 13th, that comes out in theaters. That should be hitting Disney Plus 45 days after.
Don't update that list. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do for you.
No, I don't want a twofer. I'm not interested in 2 of these. I'm not interested in one of them.
Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do for you.
The date's already updated, by the way.
I'm going to record this, or I'm going to watch this movie that I'm going to get you on Zoom or whatever outdated one we were using.
Yeah, hopefully we can hook up on Friendster, their video platform.
Like Cybercam.
Yeah, that's right. An AIM chat room group.
I'm going to connect with you. I'll set up the camera here as a little tripod.
Yeah.
And it'll be a quick 60-second movie review.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll do it like immediately following the movie.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
Because the one thing I didn't like about last week when I reviewed Ant-Man and the
It
Wasp,
was a long gap.
I had watched it 2 weeks earlier,
Yes.
and I didn't remember a lot of it.
Right.
So maybe I'll do it. I mean, you're on call, right? I can call you up at any
Yeah,
time.
I mean, I'm camping this week, which find a gun. And
So you're looking for any reason to not be involved.
if I have to stay home
Okay.
and be on call for this to assuredly come through.
I'm on vacation this week.
That's right.
Why don't I just knock out like 6 of them?
Yeah. I think we should dedicate this. Why don't you do the next 5 and the first few seasons of the TV shows?
Right.
We have not had ample time, Steve, to discuss entirely your life changes since having the second child. We'll get to that. I think maybe let's carve out some time next week as we almost comically actively ignore discussions about your new life here with all 4 of you.
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about that a little bit next week, hopefully along with your movie review of 2019's Captain Marvel. When do you think?
Well, Captain Marvel is going to be that's going to come out before next week's episode is recorded. Because next week on the podcast, I'll be reviewing what's after Captain Marvel?
Avengers Endgame.
Avengers Endgame. I'm looking forward to that one.
I already edited the dates.
Well, look, man.
I can't go back.
You're going to have to... You've updated them multiple times. I think this is the
undo
third,
arrow
I think this
is
the third time.
Yeah.
I'm still confident I can get back on track.
The undo arrow is kind of gray, so I'd have to do it all by hand. Why don't we just do Captain Marvel next week?
You know something? Now that I think about it, you don't even need to be there for me doing the reviews because typically your input is,
Well, listen, do you want me to do the 2019 Captain Marvel movie review right now?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I watched it because, again, I'm studious and I'm trying to keep up. And as your guide to become a Marvelsman, I feel like I have to be a good leader and show what the behavior that I think the student should also show.
Do I have to throw down the gauntlet and make a bold claim?
Let's do it.
That movie will be watched.
Oh, no. Don't do it.
Either today or tomorrow.
Oh, God almighty.
Review will be posted on Tuesday morning.
That really takes away some of the time from this podcast, though. We got to kill some time next week.
Well, the review will be posted. I always it goes up on YouTube basically around the time that the podcast is posted on Tuesday morning. I'll then post it to our socials later on in the week. Then I will watch Avengers Endgame. Mm-hmm. We'll review that on next week's episode. So I will at least get us one back.
This might work out, though, if we leave it the way it is, simply because this way you will be able to see Thor, I believe, in your own home.
I don't want to see it in my own home. I want to go to the movies.
It's going to be... Okay. All right.
I want to go... I want to see a movie in the theaters.
Okay.
It's been... other than my rad experience with Tony,
obviously,
yeah, my double date with not double date, my man date with Tony. Mm-hmm. Do you think maybe? Oh,
I'm gonna leave it.
Okay. Do we do a Steve and Kyle movie event where we go to the movies
to see Thor?
To see Thor or any of the It doesn't have to be that, but I mean, it could be later in the year when something else comes out, or I think that would be a lot of fun.
So are you just thinking a movie that we want to see that we could invite listeners along with? Yeah, or are you just thinking you and me?
I think it would be fun. No,
an event.
Invite listeners along. Maybe we'll go mini golfing or something beforehand. Go-karts.
Good with just the movie, but
ice cream.
I think we could make it a movie. Meet at a local honky tonk.
Okay, first step, find a local honky tonk. What makes a honky tonk a honky tonk?
Right.
Is it like Mechanical Bull, obviously?
Mechanical Bull, old jukebox.
Wagon wheel on the wall.
Right. And if you ask for a water, you get spit in a cup. Because they only serve whiskey there.
Right, yeah. It's basically Coyote Ugly.
That's right.
They say hell no H2O and then spray you with something.
That's right, because we need to encourage constant drinking. I'm trying to go through, because I think if we could figure this out even before the end of summer, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because then we could meet up with listeners outdoors somewhere.
What's our best shot at seeing one of the Marvel movies in theaters this summer? It's got to be Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yeah, the next one that comes out is Black Panther 2, and that's not until November.
Okay.
We don't want to wait that long.
All right, so let's make it our goal to see. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll probably have to. We got to look at a calendar. We have to set a date and then work backwards from that, because I'm going to have to make up some movies.
Yeah. So, do you want to make it a Marvel movie?
I think I'd like to.
So do you think we can get an audience of people to go see a Marvel movie up to 6 weeks after its release?
Yeah.
In a theater?
I do.
Okay.
I think, well, I mean, look, I'm looking at one of the biggest Marvel fans in the world. That wouldn't stop you from...
I'll see it again.
You've seen movies multiple times.
Absolutely. And I will readily admit that I will have seen it by then. I'm not going to wait 6 weeks. I will happily see it again.
Okay.
There hasn't been a Marvel movie that I have left going, ugh, in the theater that I'll never see that one again. I'd always be willing to see it again.
Okay, so I'm in.
Okay.
You're in. You know the Town Drunk Rusty will be in.
Yeah.
We got three.
3 people.
Three's a crowd.
Yeah, we should probably kick one out.
Or is it three? No, Three's Company.
Three's a crowd.
Two's. What was that show called? Was it Two's Company?
It was Three's Company.
And Four's a crowd.
But I believe the actual term is Three's a crowd.
Huh.
So if you think about it, was it Danza? Was he in Three's Company?
No, he was.
What was that show? Who's the Boss?
Who's the Boss?
Okay. Obviously
unrelated. Very unrelated.
Boy, we're really in the weeds now.
Was it Alf?
Yeah.
What did Alf have to do on Three's Company?
Where were the Bundys? Well, Steve, we ran short on time this week, and that's okay.
Oh, apologies to Rob.
Because we started this day with literally nothing.
Oh, boy. Have I? Oh, no. Never mind. Save that for next week.
We have to recap the polls next week.
Have to recap the polls.
We are going
to
be
the one
at about
thing
a month.
that we had written down, and we didn't get to it.
Yeah. We're very good at not doing things.
Yeah.
We're not very good. So we will get to that, as well as what Steve just had a revelation of.
Yeah.
We'll get to that next week. Stay tuned. Details on our Thor, Love, and Thunder.
Ooh.
Well, at least, I think by next week, we will at least have a weekend, a date.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, movie times for 6 weeks after a movie
Maybe
release.
I'll binge some movies this week.
I don't want to talk out of turn here. I think we might be able to rent a theater if we get enough people willing to do this.
Oh, see, I'm thinking we might get 5.
We could still rent a theater.
I mean, yeah, we could. It's just going to be a little bit pricey.
Oh, think of that. How fun it would be not to worry about any yahoos. Just me, you, and Rusty. And 2 people who snuck in.
Right.
We'll post it on the poll. Would you go see Thor, Love, and Thunder 6 weeks after its release with us in a local theater to see if we get, I don't know, anybody?
Yeah. And if you say no, that'll disappoint me greatly.
Well, I plan on a lot of them.
I think that people just want to be with us.
Well, we have received 0 wedding invites and 0 MC invites since we put the call out for that weeks ago.
Betsy, I thought for sure you were inviting us to a wedding. Talk about a bait and switch. With
we are still on the lookout.
Those stamps that said "Let's party."
Yep.
It was the thick envelope. I thought for sure.
We are still on the lookout. If you are having a wedding, it doesn't matter. If you're just engaged and you know you're going to have a wedding, let us know. We want in. We will make arrangements to come join.
I'll even take B team.
Yeah.
I will, if you have more people than anticipated say no, and you send out that second round of invitations, which look, everyone does. You know that if you're getting an invitation 3 weeks before the wedding, you're the B team. I'm fine with that. I mean, the closer the better. It would be much more convenient if it's closer here to West Michigan. But I will not rule out traveling.
No, listen, as long as we're guaranteed microphone time.
That's it. Is that too much to ask?
We just need to be some off-center. Not the center of attention, off-center of attention at your wedding. So we can make a real scene and maybe do a live podcast. Please, please let us do that.
All right. At Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We will talk to you next week.